Hi everybody. Let's talk about Terence Crawford versus Kell Brooks. Terence Crawford is an amazing fighter, man. Um, he's just a complete package. If you take a look at that fight yesterday, a lot of people say Terence Crawford starts late. Terence Crawford starts the minute the fight begins. He starts hypnotizing his opponent. He was hypnotizing Kell Brooks. You can see it in Kell Brooks' face how confused he was what was going on. There was not much offense from Terence Crawford, but the feints, the subtle movement he has. He steps in range, he steps out. But he really never steps out of the range of punching. He's just confusing his opponent. He moves forward, he moves backwards, he moves sideways. And once you're trying to figure out what he's doing, he got you. He got you trying to understand what he's doing, and he's really not doing nothing. He's just checking how you're moving in the ring, And the more you get fixated on seeing what he's doing, the more he's playing on his advantage, you know what I mean? He's hypnotizing you. And he's not throwing. He's just probing. And he hypnotizes you, and then when he lets his hands go, you don't know what's coming. And the fact that he's so accurate with his shots, he hurts you with that. Terence Crawford is the most complete fighter in boxing today, because he's basically putting magic tricks on you. He got you all confused, trying to figure out what's going on, and he's really not doing much. He's just there hypnotizing you, and when he feels he has you conditioned, then he just unloads on you. Great fighter. That was a great fight. He wants to fight Pacquiao. I mean, if Pacquiao wants to take that fight, that would be a great fight. But if not, I think Errol Spence and Terence Crawford need to fight each other, and it's not about who you like and who you don't like on that fight. I think it would be a great fight for boxing, because we already know what Terence Crawford does. He comes in, he hypnotizes his opponents, he has good timing, he has good power, he's a switch hitter, so he has so many tools going for him. Errol the Bully Spence, or Errol the True Spence, is a great fighter. He's not a guy that's gonna quit. He's gonna come in and he's gonna bring the fight to you. And the only way I can see Errol the True Spence beating Terence Crawford is if he doesn't get hypnotized by Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford hypnotized his opponents. It's just like staring at the cobra's eye, you know what I mean? After a while, with all the things that the cobra does, he has you hypnotized, and he'll strike and get you. So Errol Spence have to do two things in order to have a chance against Spence. First of all, he cannot be staring at Terence Crawford's face and his head movement, because he will get hypnotized and he will get caught. In my opinion, he has to be offensive, he has to be aggressive, he has to be defensively responsible, he has to have his own game plan. If he sits over there and trying to figure out Terence Crawford, he will lose that fight. I mean, it will be a great fight, and we should, that's a fight that we all want to see. I love both fighters. I think they are both great fighters. That's just great for boxing. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna have Hall of Fame careers, both of them. They're very skillful, both of them. So it's gonna come down to who's the smarter man. and it takes a lot to outsmart and outthink Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what else can you say? Terence Crawford is the pound for pound #1 boxer in the planet today. Nobody does what he do. He's a complete fighter in the sense that he has power, he has skills, he has timing. He's always in punching range. And it doesn't matter who you are, he knows he has an edge on you. He has a mental edge on everybody. That man is not afraid, but he's not a fool. A lot of people confuse bravery with being aggressive. He's an aggressive fighter. He's also a brave fighter, but he's a smart fighter. He knows when to be brave in the ring and when to be smart in the ring, you know? That's what makes him special. And he's fast, he's young, he's a handful for anybody that thinks they can go over there and beat him. You know, you better be a smart fighter if you're gonna have a chance against Terence Crawford. And Errol Spence, I like Errol Spence too. I think Errol Spence is a great fighter. The only question is, can he overcome the mental pressure that Terence Crawford will put on him? You know what I'm saying? I think that was a great fight, and I think we should watch that fight. You know what I mean? I know Errol Spence wants that competition, because that's how every fighter are. They want the best competition, and eventually we'll get over the politics of boxing and we'll see that fight. You know, that will be a great fight. So that's my thoughts on Terence Crawford in his last fight. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out.